Hey guys, it's great to see you again. I'm Miss Joli and I'll be your visual artist for this lesson. This lesson is a two-parter. We had the first part last time, and today we're going to be doing the second half. It is Black History Month, and we're going to talk about the famous African American artist Reginald Laurent. And we're working on creating his artwork that dealt with geometric and organic shapes. The materials we're going to need today is our black sheet of paper, our little baggie with all our little scraps in it from last time. We're going to need scissors, glue stick or glue bottle, and a cup of crayons. And we're going to need the white today for sure. All right. Okay, so for today's lesson, we're going to need our black sheet of paper. We're going to need our little shapes that came out of our little baggie. And we're going to take those shapes and we're going to flip them all over on the other side. Now we're going to take our cards and we're going to put them on the back. We're going to flip them over. We're not going to look at the other side. We're going to take your pencil and you can decide what kind of shapes you want to do. I'm just going to put these randomly, like out, some up, some. There you go. And we're going to draw as big as we can a shape on each one, almost as big as we can. Let's see. You can take out either your pencil or a black crayon. I am going to go ahead and use my marker because that way you'll get to be able to see it. And here I go. I'm going to go ahead and try to do me on one of them, any one you want. Here's my circle. Let's see. Let me bring this one a little closer to me. Let's see, on this one, I'm gonna Reginald Laurent is one of our famous African American artists who started painting at the age of 25. Oh. Oval. Okay, so a circle and an oval. And let's see, I'm gonna leave a lot of space. So maybe I can just put a point in the middle. That's what I'll do. I'll put me a dot in the middle, and I'm going to draw from a dot to one corner and a dot to the other corner, a straight line on here. And I'm going to do another straight line coming out this way. There we go. That's a pretty good triangle. I'm going to need the extra scraps next week, so don't worry about running over those scraps. So we have our circle, our oval, our triangle. Circle, oval, triangle. Let's see, I am going to do a rectangle this way. Do I want a small rectangle? Do I want a long rectangle? Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and do me a rectangle. I could have done it this way and had a long rectangle. So that's going to be my rectangle on this one. Let's see. I'm going to need to figure out what size. I'm going to do a square on this one. A square. Let's see. I'm going to do a square on this one. What is fabulous about a square? What's the difference between a square and a rectangle? What's the difference between a square and a rectangle? What's the difference between a square and a rectangle? A rectangle has two long lines and two short lines. In a square, all of the lines should be equal, the same exact size. I see mine kind of curves a little bit, but that's all right. When I cut it out, I can cut it out straight. All right. And a triangle means 3 angles. Tri means 3. 1, 2, 3. The oval is like a stretched out circle. A circle is one continuous line. What kind of line is a circle made with? A curved line, one continuous curved line. Okay, so the last one I need is my rhombus. My rhombus. So let's see. My rhombus. Maybe I could do a really big one. I don't think I want to do a really big one. Yeah, let's see. The easy way to do a rhombus is to do a great big letter A and do a letter V underneath it. So here's my A, big wide A, and then here's my V. So that's close enough for my rhombus. My rhombus. See my A and my V. That makes a pretty good rhombus. So we have it. We have our circle, square, triangle, oval, rectangle, and rhombus. That's our pieces. Our baggie close by, because we're going to cut out our shapes. Reggie is a self-taught contemporary artist with an abstract style. Contemporary means he's still alive today. And he uses bright, vibrant colors in his artwork. That's why we're using the color of these cards. They're bright and vibrant. Just go ahead and cut them as you see. You're cutting on your line. Try to stay on the road. We're going to cut out all our little shapes. Keep them flipped over. That one I'm going to put in there for right now. Geometric shapes are shapes we have a name for, like circle, square, triangle, rectangle, oval, and diamond or rhombus. That's my other one. You're going to cut out all your shapes. Take your time and cut your shapes out. If y'all going to need to stop it while I'm doing it, it's totally fine. Stay on the road. It's like you're riding a bicycle on the road. Don't forget that alligator is hungry, so don't put your fingers anywhere near the end of those scissors. This is our diamond or our rhombus. Be my rectangle. Oh, mine was a little crooked, so there we go. It's going to be my rectangle. And my oval. We're going to need those extra pieces. We're going to create our organic, our random shapes, our freeform, our nature shapes, all with the other ones. Keep your little baggie and you put your other little shapes in the other extra pieces until we get to those. So here we have our shapes. You can figure out however you want to put yours. But this is what we're going to do. We'll figure out where we want to put them, but we're not going to glue them on this. We're going to put the glue on this side so that when we flip it over, oh wow, our artwork is going to show. It's going to look fabulous like that. Okay, so you decide where we're going to put them. Who knows? I don't know where I want to put them yet. see. I'll slightly angle it that way. I'll put this one here, this one down here, this one down here somewhere. And then we're going to take the glue and glue on top of that. That's what I'm going to do, something like that. All right, so we're going to take our glue stick, or our regular glue, each one, and you don't want your shapes to touch, so be very careful. We don't want them touching, and we don't want them to touch. Yeah, I have to remember not to. We don't put our our glue on the side, our pretty side, because our other side has our artwork on it. I'll leave this a little more space for them to touch it. I don't want them to touch. There we go. However you wanted to put them, as long as they're not touching. And I have one left. If y'all need to stop it at any time, go ahead and stop it and continue with it. All right, then we're going to take the other shapes, the other ones we have, and we're going to cut smaller freeform shapes. It can be any kind of little shapes you can find. It can be teardrop, water. Let's see, I'm going to just come have fun and do something. I just like to wiggle my shapes around. See, my alligator, he goes chomp, 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 and he stays still. He doesn't move. I don't want him to accidentally cut me. Oh, look at it. Oh, that's going to be one. I can fit it somewhere, so I wonder where I could fit it. Maybe I could fit it here. That's going to be my random freeform shape. Maybe I'll do another one that might look like a big kind of teardrop, maybe. Or maybe something that just curves. That's what I'm going to do. There we go. We could do more than one, as long as we want to make sure we have colors of all the others in here. Maybe something with a point. A point. Organic shapes are random, one-of-a-kind shapes. Shapes found in nature. I don't have too much room for big. I love to make freeform shapes. Let's see, let me take this one in here. Cool, that's gonna be my freeform shape. I wonder where I could put it. I could almost put it here. But wait, I had a little piece that came off. I could use this somewheres. Maybe over here. As long as they're not touching, you want to cut some shape out of everything there. Who knows? That could maybe go here. Random freeform shapes. Reggie always starts out with a black canvas. That's why we use the black construction paper. Have something that kind of then he blocks out his shapes in white, and then he adds color. We went ahead and put the colored construction paper pieces down, and then we're going to add some white in a minute around all of those shapes. Look at that one. That's a cool shape. And let's see, I have purple. I need red and green shapes. Red shapes and green shapes. Maybe, oops, no, I don't want to put these two together. I want to put them away from each other. So I could do one here and one there. I need some green. Maybe little green circles. Maybe more than one little green circle. Or maybe it's not a circle. Maybe it's a... Sometimes I like to put a little pattern of some of those shapes. Might look like a jelly bean. Maybe not. Maybe it looks like a cactus. Cool deal. Let's see, I have yellow, I have red, I have some organic shapes, different kinds. And we can start gluing them down. We need to glue all of these down. Remember, after you finish your pieces, you can go ahead and put them all back in your baggie so that you can have different kinds of scraps for later. And we don't need to glue them up. I am going to use some more of these shapes, so I'm not going to put them all completely away. I'm going to just put them on the side so that I have them, they don't fall off the desk. So I need to glue these up. Now, you can decide if you want to use the other side, or you like to, you can always color, you can always put lines on this one. So I'm going to just put a piece of paper down right here so that I don't get anything full. I'll put that down. I don't want to get glue on everything. I'm going to use this one, the other side too, because I think that side is special. Does this one show anything? It sure doesn't, so it doesn't matter what side I use on this one. Then you can always draw whatever kind you want. You don't want your shapes touching, so don't forget. Yeah, this one does have some. I'm going to use the other side. There we go. Let's see. Oh yeah, I like that too. Are y'all having fun? How many of y'all like to glue and color? And cut? Ooh, this one kind of looks like a man riding a horse. Wow. Well, see, sometimes, you know, have you ever looked in the clouds and looked up in the sky and you see different shapes? That's what it looks like, a man riding a horse. Whee. You don't have to use the other side showing, but I will for this one. I'm going to show you one in a little while that I did not use. You will have to use your crayon and put a few lines in it, any kind of lines you want if you'd like. You could do that. Maybe this one will be sticking up. Yep, I will. Oops. If you have regular glue, it can still work. The only thing is you have to be careful not to put too much glue, because then your shapes go everywhere. I didn't check the back side of this one. I did draw other ones on my example sheet, but this one has the ones we were using. Oh, it looks like it's pointing to the other one. Wow. And then I have my two way over there. Kind of look like raindrops. Now let me look and see if I can find another space to put some more in. So it looks like we're kind of running short on time. So instead of doing a few more shapes, which I would normally do, I'm going to go ahead and show you the next part. So we have all our little pieces. Try to make sure you can glue your little edges down as much as possible. I know with a glue stick it is kind of hard. The next part, we're going to need a white crayon. And we're going to think of wavy lines. See all the little space in between? We're going to go in between all of these little spaces and do wavy lines and loop lines. See how I did little loops? And we're going to go in between all of the spaces and fill up as many spaces as we can. That's one of his little signature. He's got that little white thread going. So see how I have it here and this one. See how in here, see how my shapes, if you would like to just go ahead and put other different types of designs in them, it is totally fine. But your job will be to go through each one of these and put that little thread using your white in each section. So I'm going to continue going on with this one. You can make little patterns and back and forth if you like. Little waves and curves and loops. Get to practice loop lines in between around each one of those little spaces. Try to go around every little section. Your loops, your curves, all around. Around every one. He's got that white thread, Reggie Laurent has that white thread in his pieces. Some loop, some curve. Remember, we're not coloring, we're just doing lines. Lines that loop. Continuing with our loop lines. Try to get on every section a little bit that goes around.
Reggie
each one.
Laurent is one of our
right
famous
here.
African American
If I do it one way,
artists.
I can go back the other way. Take a moment and view your artwork. Turn and look at your neighbor's artwork. Notice the similarities and the differences in our artwork. Thanks for joining me today. We learned so many things. We talked about the famous African American artist Reginald Laurent, and we got to do some artwork inspired by Reggie. And we used his types of organic and geometric shapes. As you go through your week, notice the kinds of shapes you see, whether they are geometric, the shapes that you know, or organic shapes, natural freeform shapes. And look for patterns that you see around you. Enjoy the rest of your day. I can't wait to see you next time.